Hello sailors, and welcome back to the Balearics. But not for much longer. Italy is calling, and we have a 40-hour passage to Sardinia. The forecast is perfect. We're expecting champagne sailing. And when it becomes clear that that's not going to be, I for one am not very happy about it.
Get some Genoa out. Can I have my sunglasses please, darling? There you go. It's gonna be alright, babe. Right? Everything's fine, look. This one. I know it's a bit windier than forecast, but it's absolutely fine. We're not getting tossed about now the sails are out, you know. Just cruising through. We're making good speed. This is the way we want to point as well. We're doing 5.7 knots. You know, it's good, man. The wind was forecasted back to the north through the day, so hopefully it should come around to the beam later on. The full sails up, you know.
The passage to Sardinia is 190 nautical miles. On a passage of that length, the duration can vary massively. At 4 knots it will take us 48 hours, but at 6 knots, only 32 hours. We're hoping for a 5-knot average, and therefore a 38-hour crossing, arriving on the evening of the second day.
Bye Spain. Oh hey, on our way to Sardinia. Come out this morning bright and early. We're expecting kind of like 15 knots from the north. We've got 20 knots, 22 knots from the northeast. So we are head to wind. Reef in the mainsail, reef in the Genoa. You can see from the rolling veg there, not the easiest sea state to be in. But we're pointing in the right direction. We're doing 5.2 knots, so we'll be there 40 odd hours, 40-ish hours, 38 hours, something like that. Should just be one overnighter. The mood's a bit low. I don't think any of us were kind of expected to come out into this after being on a peaceful anchorage for a week. But well, I'm fine, but Piers finding it a bit more difficult, like I think. But the wind should start to reduce as we get through the day. And hopefully it does start to come from the north as well, because the leeway here on the passage means that we'll have to put quite a few tacks in. It's a lot of leeway. Someone came up in there the other week and said, have you calibrated your instruments? The sea state doesn't look commensurate with the wind speeds that you're reporting on your instruments. Yeah, I'm going to show you. Like, it seems all right to me. It's amazing what people come up with, like. So yeah, other than that, it is a nice day. Someone also commented on our great videos but rubbish audio. Of course, I jest. We would love to have Hollywood grade sound at all times in our videos, but it's not always possible. You know, we are amateurs making videos for mainly friends and family because they asked us to, and hoping to inspire other people who wanted to do something like this, man. Get off your ass and get it done. You know, if I always said that if we inspired one person to go and do this, like, I'd have been really, really happy. And I know for a fact we've inspired way more than one, because they've written to me, telling me, you know, they've gone and bought boats and they're doing the same thing because they've seen us go off and do it. That's amazing, because people are following their dreams and stuff. So yeah, sorry that the audio is a bit shite sometimes, but like, it is what it is, you know. We do our best, and if you want to change that, buy us a beer. You know, and I'll quite happily buy another microphone, you know, a good one to increase the sound quality. All these people did coming down the screen, bought us a beer, can't believe it. So generous. Thank you very much indeed. So to try and explain the physics, that sea state there looked nice and blue and nice and flat, right? I can assure you in reality it is not, well, it is blue. There's a lot of white caps, which you'd expect in a force 5 at 20 knots. And we've got short, steep waves causing the bow to slam kind of every 3 to 4 seconds. Because of the two-dimensional element of the picture and video, you don't really capture all of the 3D elements that your eyes take in when you're looking at the sea. So it always looks flat. I've been in seas where we've had 2 meter swells with 2 meter waves on top, and we put the camera on them, and it looks flat as a pancake. I've also been stood at the bow of the boat trying to pull up the main halyards, and the wall of water at the bow of the boat is actually above my head. And on the camera, it looked flat as a pancake. You got to stay for yourself, Skipperoo. Skipperette.
I was in a bit of a mood. Wasn't feeling good when we came out. I don't know, I just had this vision of having this like perfect passage for some reason, and then was like disappointed. Which is just stupid, because you can't, even if like the conditions look perfect and it's going to be great and you're all excited for it, it's never exactly as the forecast says.
No.
So.
No, we're fine.
Silly of me for believing it.
Yeah. You okay now? Yeah. Good.
Tea, I think.
Yeah, we haven't even had breakfast.
I know. That probably is like a contributing factor.
Yeah. Managing your own expectations, eh? Where have we seen that before in life? Wish we had £1 for every time we'd experienced that. We'd be going on an oyster 65 or whatever it is. But yeah, managing your expectations is important. To be honest with you, I expected to come out on a nice gentle sail today as well. You know, crumpets for breakfast, a cup of tea and all that. And it's anything but. You know, the wind is actually hitting 27 now. Actually, as I say this, sail in the conditions. That's all we can do now. We're locked in, we're doing 5.7 knots now. So yeah, we've got 180 miles to go to Alghero in Sardinia. Totally different country. Italy, I can't wait to get to Italy. It's one of those countries that when we looked at coming sailing, it seemed like so always just very, very far away, so I didn't really get too excited about it. But I absolutely love Italy, and I can't wait to get in all the little nooks and crannies that sailing allows you to get into. And the food, let me tell you guys, the food is going to be on another level. Oh, we're going to have so much fun, I can't wait. Sailing vessel Beauty, sailing vessel Beauty. This is sailing vessel Reach Out, sailing vessel Reach Out. Over.
How fast are you going?
We're going about 5 knots at the moment. We're reefed. We've got a reef in the main and a reef in the Genoa as well.
So calm ride.
I've had calmer. What kind of wind speed are you looking at over there?
You don't want to know. Our wind meter is doing very strange things. It's between 25 and 45 knots. Over.
Okay. Well, we're showing between 20 and 25. We haven't shown 45 yet, so I think that might be an error, thankfully.
Yes, that's definitely an error.
Yeah, so they're just laughing as well because we've come out and obviously we're head to wind at 25 knots.
You just stood on angle.
Yeah. sea state's picking up quite a bit as well, which is not very pleasant. So we're getting a lot of smashes. But yeah, as you can hear, you know, you just got to get on with it, and yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. You either go back or you continue, and we're continuing. Yeah, it's fairly brutal at the moment, like all over the shop. I'd like to just be applying myself with tea and having some 11s and whatnot, but it's too much. I'll be hanging on. Whoop, you bugger. And when you get a really lumpy sea like this, when you get these waves like every 3 or 4 seconds, the boat goes up and slams down at the bow. You lose a lot of your boat speed. You know, so we go from like 5.5 knots down to, you know, 3.5 knots, and then it picks it back. Then the boat speed picks back up once you've gone through the waves, and then the same thing happens again and again and again. We've managed to average over 5 knots for the first 2 hours, but it's lumpy going.
Trying to go to the toilet is not easy.
We don't have a toilet, we have a head.
Trying to go to the heads, it's not easy. When you're a girl and you take your shorts down, and you need 2 hands to do that. How you doing, baby?
I'm all right. I'm still hanging on. Wind speed has been consistently under 20 knots now. Well, it's 18.5 for the last 10 minutes, which is nice. So we've got the full Genoa out. We're doing 5.2 knots. And we are heading in the right direction. Now that the wind speed's dropped from 25, there's a lag, isn't there, with the sea state?
Yeah.
But it should reduce a little bit.
Give it a couple of hours.
But yeah, I mean,
get the message.
This is like a bloody episode of Star Trek, isn't it? You know, when the spaceship gets like some kind of like hit with a weapon or something, and everyone jumps from one side and jumps to the other. But this is worse. It's like every 3 seconds.
Because things are flying around as well.
Things are flying everywhere on the boat because, I mean, how many times do we always say, oh well, it doesn't matter, you've got to prepare for the worst all the time and all that.
No, we don't.
And then we didn't today. We were expecting a champagne sail to Sardinia, or should I say Prosecco.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've got more like Lambrini, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's sparkling wine,
but
it's like, it's neat good, like. Well, we're 9 hours in and we've done 41 miles. So the mathematicians among you will note that we have not maintained 5 knots of speed. So we're about an hour behind schedule. The wind is
not backing.
Not backing. It's basically coming from the direction we want. Now we expected like a north-northeast this morning. When we came out, it was a northeasterly, obviously 25 knots. But we did expect that to back to initially the north, and then kind of northwest-ish, northwest.
It's not happening.
It's just not happening. So
we're a bit down in the dumps, aren't we?
There's a long ass way to go.
Yeah, like potentially 2 nights we're looking at, because we don't really like the idea of rocking up at like 1 in the morning.
No.
So we'll just, see how we get through the first night and see what's going on.
Well, like they say on a game show, when someone does like the first round and they get all the questions wrong and they say, oh, there's still a lot to play for. Well, there's still a lot to play for. You know, it could change. I hope it does change, because this is like very difficult to maintain any speed. The swell's been crap
Yeah, it has.
as well. We've got 2 conflicting swells. swell's coming from the northwest, like where the wind's supposed to be coming from. But it's also coming from the northeast as well with the wind, and they meet and create an awful slop. So we're all over the shop.
Hasn't been easy to like get rest below deck and like get out of the sun.
Nah, it's swelteringly hot, obviously.
We've both been a little bit queasy. Well, all
Yeah.
three of us have been a little bit queasy.
Yui spewed. We both
Bless
felt a
her.
little bit on the brink, like better look at the horizon. So it's kind of as soon as you
Yeah.
sit down to try and do anything, really. So, you know, I think I'd said to myself, well, I've got the itinerary sorted for this sail. I'm just going to relax and chill and do this, that, and the other.
Same.
And I basically just spent all the time looking at sails and the sea.
Staring at the wind indicator, going, come on, back, please back.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We shall endeavour to
We
boost
just
on
gotta
around.
keep going. Yeah, exactly. Let's do some star jumps.
Well, it's 6 o'clock now. Not much has changed. I've just been up to the bow to put the jack stays on. Well, jack stay because we just got it down on one side. Just for when on the shift changeovers, if we need to take Yui for a wee, we can all clip on nice and safely. So we need to get washed, we need to have dinner, and then first shift is 7 till 10, which Rob is going to take.
Just settling into the first watch of the night, which would be perfect if not for the drone of the engine. We've had to put it on for the last few hours to average over 5 knots. We were doing about between 3 and 4 knots under sail, but the main factor was that we weren't sailing in the direction that we wanted to. We had to point pretty much at the lower third of Sardinia, and we're going to the upper third of Sardinia. So we tried to sail it for a good 7 hours, hoping that the wind would back around as promised, but it still hasn't. It's still coming from the northeast now, which is mad. 6 different forecasts I checked this morning, and they all showed the wind coming from the northwest through the day, and that just hasn't materialised at all. So the engine's on, and we're now averaging 5.7 knots. With both the sails still up, they are doing a little bit of work, but it does mean that we've kind of caught up on our 5 knot average as well, which is good. We'll see what happens through the night. Hopefully we can get the engine turned off and sail. But as things currently stand, we'll be down for 1 night at sea, which is good for the old Euster. Well, it finally happened. The wind has actually backed. Not as far as it should have, but enough to sail. So now we are doing 4.8 to 5.2 knots overnight on a beam reach with 13 knots of wind. So we're going to go back to our podcast and enjoy the rest of this shift.
morning. It was quite an active night. We had the wind shifting from sort of like 30 degrees pretty much on the nose, around to 90 degrees, around to even like 110, 120. So like adjusting the sails for that wind shift. Oh, I'm so tired. And then it started shifting back round towards head to wind again, and then the strength's been really variable. So we had to reef the Genoa when it got to 20, which seemed to keep us nice and steady. We weren't heeled too much, and then later on ended up taking the reef out of the Genoa because the wind had dropped and the boat speed had dropped, and then we ended up putting the engine back on because we were only doing 2 knots at one point. And I think the engine went back off not too much later. But yeah, sunrise now. Oh, and big news, big achievement unlocked on this boat. We had a poo on passage. This is good. Well done, you.
Buongiorno! We are in Italian waters. That reminds me, Faye, we haven't put our Italian flag up and take the Spain one down. That could be difficult in this swell, so we might have to wait a minute. We can't see anything. We're in the middle of the sea, so no, it's not as if anyone's going to come and slap our wrists. What a weird night. Wind up to 20 knots, down to like 8 knots. And then up to 20, and then down to 8, and then up to 20, and then down to 8, and repeat. Changing wind angles as well. Not easy to do your sail trim in the dark, but we managed. Didn't really get much sleep. We had a 3-hour watch system, but we didn't get much sleep each. I think we probably both had about an hour-ish, something like that. I made sausage sandwiches for everyone this morning. Well, apart from Yui, she just had a sausage sandwich, but hold the bread, just the sausage. I'm managing to keep it down because the wind has completely died now. I mean, I'm letting go of the forecast that we left because it's bear no resemblance to reality since we set off. We were supposed to have 16 knots all day today, and we got bugger all, but the swell that's been left behind, it's only about 1.5 meters, but it's like every 3 seconds, and it just launches the boat currently to starboard. Tried to make tea in that this morning and just stood there, oh yeah, looking at the port light and so on, and all of a sudden your head's like bashing off the side of the boat, like with no warning. It's a pretty cool part of the day so far, but it's going to be another hot one today. 35 degrees and with no wind. Ooh, it's going to be a sweaty one. But we've still got 50 odd mile to go, so another 10 hours, which is not great and not helped by the wind. So we've had to put an extra few revs on the engine, and we should be getting in at about 8 o'clock tonight, God willing. But hopefully the wind fills in through the day. I mean, I'm hoping it does. And then we arrive to Alghero at night. Are the places open to check in and stuff like that? I've got no clue. But there's only one way to find out. Oh yes, oh head scratches, oh yes, oh just there, daddy. Oh, oh yeah, oh yeah. Sails are away. It's about midday, I think. Oh, it's so hot. What was I going to say? I don't even know. What am I talking about?
You're so tired you can't even think.
I can't even think. Oh, yes. Poor little Yui, man. Now she's on my lap and I've poured some of my water on her head. Do you know, she used to hate that. She used to hate me pouring water on her head. Now she doesn't mind it because she knows it cools. Like, Faye says, oh, you'll give her brain freeze. I was like, you need to have a brain for that though, darling. So we have used one of our remaining clean sheets. Hey, it's probably the only remaining clean sheet. To fashion what you can see is this sunshade here down our cockpit. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. We are available if you want any work done on your boat. We are available. We can get one of these knocked up in 10 minutes. Oh, well, it's for a boat, is it? Oh, yeah, it'll be like $3 grand. Just contact us in the comments. We'll fashion you one, yeah? But you're going to need to use your own pegs. Not as good as your books.
Oh, you're very kind.
And accurate.
I can have 1% of the readership.
Don't think anyone's going to hear what you say. You need to shout.
I can have 1% of the readership.
Yeah.
We'd be stinking rich.
Really?
I would imagine so.
Wow, that'd be amazing. Wow, bloody hell. Welcome back to the sauna. Even with our now copyrighted solarium, it's mad hot still. Dear me. I mean, the Balearics were hot. It was like 32 to 34. Felt like 37, according to the weather. I can believe it was cooking, you know. But Sardinia is actually experiencing a hotter heat wave at the moment. It's been 34, 35, 36, so that must feel like 40 or something around there. So I can definitely feel the couple of degrees increase in heat. We're like 32 hours in, something like that. We've done like 170 miles, 165 miles, something like that. And we've got 28 miles to go. We've come off the deep water and coming back onto some kind of continental shelf. And the swell has subsided a great deal, which is nice. And we're up to 6 knots because the boat is a lot more stable. So we should get in for like 7:30ish tonight, which will be a real result. Don't know if customs are going to be open. Well, the Coast Guard, I don't know whether they're going to be open. And if they're not open, are we able to go and get pizza and ice cream? Because that's what we want to do. But I don't know if we are, I don't know if we're allowed, if we're not actually officially whatever. So we'll have to see when we get there. Might not be a marinero on this town quay that we're going to as well. More on that later on. And there are rings rather than cleats, which are super helpful for Menorca, of course, because they're really easy to do from inside the boat. Not. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Really, I'm sure we'll be all right. Land ho!
We can see land.
That's land ho, not land comma ho. So we can see Sardinia, and we're in Italian waters, like we said before. So now we've got to take down our Spanish flag. Should have probably already done it, but whatever. And put up our Italian flag. And it's a bit sad, really, because we've been in Spain for a very, very long time. We entered Spain in Bilbao, in the north of Spain.
Went all the way along to A Coruña.
Dealing with the brutal swell on the northern Spanish coast.
Rejoined down at
Ayamonte,
yeah,
in southwest Spain, and then all the way down to Gibraltar, and then all the way up the kind of Costa del Sol, across the
Alghero, yeah,
I tell you something, people go on about Madrid, Barcelona, and all these other towns in Spain, which I'm sure, are fabulous. I've been there, but seeing Spain by sea, seeing all these little towns you've never heard of, it's just been a brilliant experience, hasn't it?
It has. It's been amazing.
What an amazing place, man. The weather, the people, the food, the history, the culture.
Loved it all so much. It's hard to pick a favourite place, isn't it?
It is. It's all great. We'll be back to Spain one day, man. It's too good not to spend a bit more time in,
But we must look forward.
See.
So yeah, it's courtesy flag time. We've got the courtesy flag ready, and we have the quay flag ready.
Let's get it done.
Yes. Nearly nearly there. It is about 8:15. Probably got about 10 minutes before we arrive. So we've got ourselves set up. We've got 3 fenders on each side. We've got big Sam fender at the stern. We've got our stern lines ready. Boat hook is on the deck. You do get a bit nervous going into new ports, especially when it's a new country. But first impressions of Sardinia: cliffs, beautiful. And this town, it looks really, really pretty, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing the old town.
Alghero in northwestern Sardinia is a large port consisting of several marinas. There are also 2 town quays, here and here. These town quays are free. Yes, free, for up to 5 nights. But if you want that price, it comes with no water, electric or mooring assistance. As we approached, it became clear there were no spaces on the quay marked in red. So we turned ourselves around, ready to reverse into the one marked in white. The lazy lines here are attached to the white buoys you can see in the distance. As I hooked the line and took it forward, it quickly became clear that the line was too short for a boat under 13 to 14 metres. I was running out of line and didn't have enough to tie a knot onto our cleat.
What I'm going to have to do is extend that line by using the pole on it with another line. It's too long. So what's the best thing to use here? One of these. Still slack?
We were then able to get our lines ashore. I'm only 5'5", these town quays are high, and we don't have a passerelle. So we had a lot of adjusting and tensioning of the lines to ensure that we were close enough for me to safely be able to get off the boat, but not so close that reach out would scrape against the quay. Success. Welcome to Italy. Thanks for crewing with us again, sailors. Like, comment, share and subscribe, or buy us a coffee if you're feeling generous. Until next time, fair winds.